All right. So, question 27 says a card is drawn from a well shuffled pack of 52 cards. Find and match the probability of. Now, and I do understand that if you don't have a good understanding of cards, then that may be hard. Okay. So, in this case, there are 52 cards in a normal deck of cards. And of those 52 cards, uh, there are four suits. You got your hearts, you got your clubs, you got your spades, and you got your diamonds. Okay. So the nice thing with 52 deck of cards, there's only one of each card, like one, two of diamonds, one jack of hearts. So when we look at that, it says a card is drawn from a well shuffled pack of 52 cards. Find the match probability of a two of spades. Well, there's only one two of spades. Okay. So that's one out of 52. So that's where we're going to get that. There's only one of those out of the all 52 cards. Now, when it says a jack, since there's four suits, that means there's going to be a four. Okay. There will be a 4 out of 52 chance. Okay. So for the one that's a jack, this one right here, a 4 out of 52 chance. Now, the 4 out of 52 chance is that does reduce. Okay. That does reduce. And if I wanted to, I can look at what my final choices are. I know it's not 1/4. 126, that's not going to be right either because 126 would be 26 is half of 52. So that'd be 2/52. So I think it's going to be the 1/13. Okay, so I'm going to go over here and put the 1/13 in for the jack. A red king. Well, in cards, two of the suits are black, two of the suits are red. The diamonds and the hearts are red. So this is the one where you'd have 2 out of 52 cards, which that's the one that was going to be 1/26. And then a diamond suited card. Well, since there's 4 different suits, you have a 1/4 chance of getting a diamond suited card. Okay. I'll try not to put a question in there that requires some prior knowledge. I'd say most of you probably understand what a deck of cards looks like, but maybe not everybody. So I don't want to assume that. Okay. So that was number 27. And if we would have looked back, there were actually a lot of you that had partial credit on this one. So my guess is you got 1 or 2 of them right, and then you got the other 2 mixed up. All right, let's go ahead on to number 28. The probability of an event happening is 0.45. What is the probability of the event not happening? Well, we know that probability is always referred to as a decimal somewhere between 0 and 1. Okay, somewhere between 0 and 1. Well, this is 0.45, or that'd be equivalent to 45%. So if you have a 45% chance of something actually happening, then the remaining part of that to get to 1 would be what the probability would be for it not happening. Okay, so in this case, we're looking actually for 0.55, because if I were to add these two together, this is the probability of it happening, that's the probability of it not happening. But if you've got a yes or no situation, whatever isn't yes is going to be no. Okay, so whatever's left to get to that 100% of the times is what we're going to be using. In this case, it's that 0.55. Okay, let's take a look at number 29. It says the Pines Golf Course is offering free ice cream cones to golfers who hit their tee shot on the green at the 7th hole. The following bar graph summarizes the tee shots from this morning. And again, I know probably all of you don't golf, and that's okay. This is more about reading a bar graph and the different options that people got during that. So I think you can probably still interpret this. Again, I'll try not to do this on the test where you've got a topic that not everybody's familiar with. But it says the following bar graph summarizes the tee shots from this morning, and it looks like the number of shots goes along the left side. So people either had from 0 all the way to 8 shots. Looks like the green, 4 people landed on the green. 5 people went in the water. 7 people hit it in a bunker. 3 in the fairway, and 5 in the rough. So it says, based on the data, what is the probability? What is the probability that a tee shot ends up on the green? Well, it looks like four people landed on the green. Okay, so I know that, remember when we talk about probability, we want the number of favorable outcomes over the number of possible outcomes. So 4 is the favorable. 4 people landed on the green. That was right here. Okay, but we need to know what the total number of shots were to put underneath here. Okay, so let's add them up. We got 4, 5, 7, 3, 5. Okay. And just so you guys remember, you have an option to draw on this. The little sketch pad that you have on each one of these, they're scratch pad. Okay, that scratch pad enables you guys to enable. I know that it pulls up. I can't find my writing tools right now, but there they are. They're up top. But if you guys can click on this, and you guys can draw on it as well. Okay, whether it's writing or whatever you need to do. So that option is there for you guys on the test. So you can draw right on there, and you guys have the nice touchscreen pads there for that to work. But to get our bottom number, we're going to add all these together. 4 plus 5 is 9. 9 plus 7 is 16. 16 plus 3 is 19. 19 plus 5 is 24. So there were 24 total shots. So we got 4 out of 24 landed on the green. Now it says write your answer as a decimal rounded to the nearest hundredth. Well, hundredths is 2 places. Well, to get that decimal, I'm going to go ahead and just plug this in my calculator. 4 divided by 24. And I get 0.166666667. Okay. Well, it says round to 2 places. So let me write 0.16. It just keeps going like this. And my last number is a 7. Well, I just need to go to 2 places. So 0.1, that 6 is going to round up because of the 6 after it. So 0.17 is what I'd be looking for. 0.17. Okay, that's what I'd be looking for here on number 29. All right. Next question. "30. The following dot plot summarizes the number of vitamins Jennifer's mom took each day since she started her new diet. Each dot represents 1 day. So it looks like 2 of the days she took 1 vitamin. 1 day she took 3. 2 of the days she took 4. 1 of the days she took 5. So this is how we read it. This is 3 different days. She took 6 vitamins. 1 day she took 7, and 1 day she took 9. Based on the data, what's the probability that Jennifer's mom took exactly 6 vitamins a day?" Okay. So again, we're looking at the number of favorable outcomes over the total number of outcomes. So we can count dots here. 6 vitamins, she did that 1, 2, 3 days. So favorable, 3. Total, we just count the dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 3 out of 11. Now it's asking, this is our probability as a fraction, but it's saying write your answer as a decimal round in the nearest hundredth. So I do the same thing. 3 divided by 11. I get, and I plugged it in my calculator, 0.272727. It keeps going on forever. okay? But when I round to the nearest hundredth, which is 2 places, 0.27, since that's below 5, it stays the same, okay? 0.27. So when I go over here, I'm going to go ahead and type this in. 0.27. I get 0.27 there, okay? All right, keep on going. Number 31. Consider an experiment of tossing a coin twice in a row. The probability of the occurrence of 2 heads in a row is, okay, this is similar to what we worked on yesterday. There are 2 events happening, okay? I know we're flipping a coin, but we're flipping a coin twice. So we have 2 events happening. You have a 1 in 2 chance the first time of getting heads, and a 1 in 2 chance the second time of getting heads. So you multiply them together. 1 times 1 is 1, 2 times 2 is 4. You have a 1/4 chance of getting 2 heads in a row, which as a decimal would be 0.25. Okay. Another one that we got a little histogram here. Coach Kelly documented the number of points the New York football team scored each game this season. The following histogram summarizes the data. So it looks like 2 games that score between 0 and 9, all the way to another 2 games from 40 to 49 points. Based on the data, what's the probability that New York scored 30 or more points in a game? 30 or more. So when I write down these, I'm going to write right on the histogram. Looks like there were 2 for this group, 4 for this group, 5 for that group, 3 and 2. 30 or more points includes these 2 groups here. So there are 5 possible favorable outcomes for 30 or more points. And then there are total, we'd have 5 plus 5 is 10, plus 4 is 14, plus 2 is 16. 5/16, which again, written as a fraction or written as a decimal, it's 0.3125. 0.3125 rounded to the nearest hundredth is 0.31. Okay. All right. A lot of these that you guys struggled on were the modeling ones that use histograms, bar graphs, okay, dot plots. We got one more to go, and the last one actually, most of you got part of this one right. There wasn't a whole lot of red on number 33. If a spinner has 5 equal size sectors of green, red, yellow, orange, and blue, choose the theoretical probability of each of the following. So the probability of getting any of these things, like just green, red, yellow, orange, or blue, since there's 5 equal size sectors, would be 1/5. And 1/5 is 0.2. So the ones that are just one of them here, green and red, would be 0.2. Now, if we have 2 of the sections, okay, so like what's the probability of getting yellow or orange? Well, 2 of the sections, that'd be 2/5. Well, 2/5 is going to be 0.4. Any color except blue. So that'd be 4 of the 5 choices. Well, 4/5 as a decimal is 0.8. And then what's the probability of getting blue and red? Well, it's a spinner. It's impossible to land on 2 sections at one time. I guess maybe you could say if it lands on the line, but you can't do that. It's got to land on one of the 5 sections. So it's impossible for it to land on blue and red. So that's why that selection should be the 0 one. Remember, a 0 probability is an impossible. It's never going to happen. Okay. That means that event will never happen. All right.